Hi, Tyler. Everything went bad.
Hey, guess what, everybody? We're no longer live. This is going to be a post episode.
Technical difficulties on this podcast.
What?
I don't know what happened. This
Sponsored
worked
by
last
Call of
week just
Duty.
fine. But the only difference is we moved the tech corner from over there.
Not even like 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we literally moved it 10 feet away.
Yeah.
If we find you an extension USB, I think we should do that. So then it's like sitting closer to one of the open doors.
I mean, we could, in theory, move tech corner into the loading dock.
Yeah, we
And we
could.
could just have it loaded from there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
if
can't
it's
see
gonna
Ruth
work
anyways,
better-
it wouldn't be much different.
What's
Yeah.
that, Ruth?
If it's gonna work better that way, might as well, right?
And I think it would be just as funny because then there'd be no stage setup.
Yeah.
It would just be her.
I mean, I'm in a
like a
literal
loading
fucking
bay.
garage.
We do it that she can see into the room and just see.
Fuck, that'd be terrible. But I think that's what we're gonna have to do. But anyways, we were talking about how we would cast motherfucking.
All right, well, let's
Pirates
just
of the
recap
Caribbean.
everything again.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel sucks. Johnny
Yeah.
Depp sucks. Pirates of the Caribbean is being rebooted 2 years after their last movie. And
Depp's out.
Johnny Depp's out.
Yeah.
And Ewan McGregor is playing Black Mask in Birds of Prey movie.
And I'm excited about it.
Yes.
Very.
Wait, Black Mask, the dude who starts the Black Ring, that whole shenanigans?
I'm not sure.
What? The Black Ring?
In
Black Ring Corps for the.
No, not the Black Mask. He's the Batman villain that wears a white suit with a black skull mask.
Yes.
He's just a crime lord.
Am I not thinking of the right
The
guy?
Red Hood always fights him. I know that.
No, I'm trying to think who the fuck I was thinking of now.
Oh my God! Did you see
Yeah, I don't know who
Jensen
you're thinking
Ackles'
about.
costume?
I think-
it's a
doing it.
DC
Yeah,
film.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
I
the one you're
remember
thinking.
that. Yeah.
Okay,
The shit was
so
awesome.
Ewan McGregor, Black Mask. I don't know.
I saw it and immediately figured you'd love it.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Is he gonna do a British gangster? Or is he gonna do like
A
an actual?
Scottish gangster.
We don't know. That's literally all we know.
Just throwing haggis bombs at people.
Okay, here's what we know. We have a few casting choices, which include Margot Robbie as Harley
No.
Quinn again.
Oh, okay.
And then, what the fuck are you
Why'd
gonna
you say no? She's
It's-
awesome.
Okay, Mary Elizabeth Winstead is playing Huntress. It's being directed by a woman who this is her feature debut, I
Yeah.
think, and who confirmed the movie is going to have an R rating.
That means there's gonna be fucking.
Yep, just pure fucking.
Wow, so
That's
an
all it
all-woman
is.
cast, and that's the first thing to be a fucking lesbian action, scissoring left and right.
I didn't say lesbian.
Isn't that how you
We
get
didn't
guys
say
now?
anything about that. Fuck.
I saw it in his
Here's
eyes.
She said
You saw
R
a
rating
lesbian
is
in
just going to
my
be
eyes?
fucking.
I see the lesbian in your eyes.
I mean, we all go a little lesbian sometimes. I don't know.
All it takes is one bad day to turn a man lesbian.
God, we're dumb. Okay, so
I agree.
Mary
We are
Elizabeth Winstead as the Huntress.
Yes.
So who would play Batgirl?
There
Batwoman?
has been no Batgirl cast.
Michael B. Jordan.
Okay, the main four people in the movie are Harley Quinn, Huntress, The Question, and Black Canary.
I thought
Ooh,
fucking.
sorry, who's doing Black Canary?
But Journey Smollett Bell, who is an actress whom I've never seen in a
I've
movie
never heard
before.
that name before.
I
Yes.
haven't either.
There's also, do you know the character The Question?
Yeah.
The Question is being played by Rosie Perez, who was the cop in Pineapple Express.
Okay.
And that's literally the only movie that I've seen out of her filmography.
Wait. The question's going to be played by. Okay. Usually the question has always been portrayed as a man, which is interesting.
Really?
So now they're going to switch it over to.
Yeah.
Unless I guess so. Here's the thing: the question isn't really a superhero per se. It's a person who has a faceless mask, who
Really?
is like a detective who is a huge conspiracy nut, but who's always correct.
Really?
Yeah. If you rewatch the Justice League Unlimited series, there's like an entire little mini saga with him in it, getting his ass kicked by a bunch of people because he's like finding out dark truths about people.
Ah,
Yeah.
funny.
Finds out Bush did 9/11. Wait, I had a
Oh my
point.
God.
Oh, I heard that. I'm like 1,000% sure I saw like Ruby Rose or something. was
As
supposed to-
Batwoman? Yep.
As-
And the TV series.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense.
Didn't
She's
she
not
get like
the
ripped
best.
apart for becoming Batwoman?
She what?
Not that I know.
Yes, she was. So I remember this. There's a lot.
that was a good choice.
So a lot of people were not happy with it because Batwoman is a lesbian
Okay.
in the comics.
Yes.
She's gay.
Yeah.
She is not. So they had a problem with. I think she's not gay.
Isn't she?
character
I'm
Or Ruby Rose
99%
is
sure Ruby Rose is.
And then the other thing
LGBT.
was she is in the comics Jewish, and she is not.
Oh.
So wait, people are having a problem with
Yes. So they
wait,
wanted
people are
like a
mad.
gay Jewish actress.
Okay, was that a big part of her character, her being Jewish?
I think she's still going
Does
to
she wear
be.
like the
like-
David Star on
Also,
her
to bring up
chest?
the question again, the original question is a male, but
Okay.
his successor is a female.
Okay, so that makes
Okay,
perfect sense
yeah.
then.
Can't wait though. Wait. I thought Ruby Rose was like bi or something.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
I'm just going by
She
what I
like
remember.
said she had something or something was out about
we're
it.
Yeah.
re-getting Iron Fist then from the community.
Iron Fist
Where-
needs to be Asian.
Like we're
God.
re-getting this. It's like
So August 13th, Ruby Rose so far exits Twitter amid Batwoman casting backlash. So there was a backlash with her being.
Do people understand that you're supposed to play characters in movies?
Yeah, so the Australian who describes herself as gender fluid confirmed last week she would play the first openly lesbian superhero lead, Batwoman. So this is off BBC. Many celebrated the casting, but others suggested she was not right, saying a lesbian should play the character. Oh, so because she's gender fluid, they wanted a lesbian actress to play Batwoman, but not. So if you're bi, no.
Wait, so what happens if a lesbian actress plays a straight woman?
That's fine. It's okay.
It's so dumb. Yeah. There's a quote from her from this.
I,
So
okay, I
getting into some
understand. I
dangerous territory
understand
here.
stuff like race, and I even like understand like the Jewish part to an extent. But
being that nitpicky it blows my mind. Like
don't-
you're a person who's representing both, like you're representing the bisexual community, which is also a big part of the gay community.
Yeah.
So the fact that that's not acceptable enough for some people blows my
what
mind.
about the whole idea that fucking Barney, How I Met Your Mother, what's his name?
Neil Patrick Harris.
Okay.
Neil Patrick Harris is a very openly
Gay man.
person. I guess at the beginning of his casting, he wasn't.
No, I think it was.
He
Was
he
he?
wasn't always openly gay.
Okay.
But still, it was he came out while still in the midst of the show, but didn't change anything about his character. Where's the problem with that? I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I feel like I don't know.
No, it makes no sense. So here's
It's like
a
a-
quote
I feel
from
like-
this.
okay. losing battle.
Okay, so basically bullshit coming from the internet community.
Yeah.
Bullshit outrage.
Yeah. So,
surprise.
So before deleting her account, Rose dismissed the criticism as the most ridiculous thing, and she continued with the quote: "Where on earth did Ruby is not a lesbian, therefore she can't be Batwoman come from?" She wrote. And then I came out at 12. I have for the past 5 years have had to deal with she's too gay, and now she's not gay enough. Like that's where she's coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that confuses me the most is that she is very like openly and supportive of the LGBT plus community.
Yeah.
So
And she continues like how you wrote that. How you said that because she wrote when women and minorities join forces, we are unstoppable. When we tear each other down, it's too much more hurtful than any group. But hey, love a challenge. So good on you, Ruby Rose.
Yeah.
that's just confusing.
Also, have you seen her Batwoman outfit?
No.
Is it cool?
Okay, for being like a TV show budget outfit, it actually looks kind of cool.
Well, I'm gonna have to take a look at this then.
Go for it. But it actually does look really cool, and even though I'm not going to watch any of those shows because I still haven't watched Green Arrow, I haven't watched.
And now
Flash,
that you
I
have to
haven't
watch every
watched-
single one just to get one show, it's like God.
Yeah, and I'm
fucking
just
damn
too
it.
behind, and I heard too many bad things about all those shows from the start.
Arrow season 3's shit, but then it picks up again. I think in season 4, unless it's 4 and then 5.
I didn't even know
one or the
that
other.
coming out that Arrow was a Green Arrow show. And
You thought
then
it was something totally different.
like watching like the advertising and all that, I had no fucking idea.
Well, it's because they went for this grungy, real like, hey, Mac.
We're all just waiting for Mac to turn around so we can say hi to him.
I wasn't sure if we were going to just interrupt him or
No,
what.
no.
Like,
No, of course.
Say hi. I'm working
Hi.
on documentary
okay.
stuff.
There you go.
Your
Can I
whole
watch your
reshoot?
documentary after, or how long are you staying around for?
We're gonna. There's a
I'm probably
screening
gonna be
for
here
it.
a while.
I know, but I want to see my part because someone.
Wow.
Yeah, because I poured my heart out in it, Justin.
Yeah.
I want to see how I'm
Yeah, and so
represented.
did I, but mine's gone.
For
You don't let
the-
me fucking be like, I want to be the main attention.
Hey, look,
For
look
those who don't know what the fuck we're talking about, Max here. We're talking about the documentaries that our class all filmed right now, and
hear,
Liberty
bud.
is in Mac's documentary,
Didn't hear, bud.
and we're just talking about that already. How long?
Oh, I
was
see how the
that on
favoritism
camera?
is. I see how it is.
Mac loves me more than anyone.
Hey, Justin, how's it going?
See you. Good to see you.
Harrison's left alone.
Hey, Harrison, how's it
The
going?
tracking shot of Mac.
So unfortunately, poor Mac had to completely redo his documentary.
Now
Yeah.
you're cut off.
Are we gonna try and be careful here and not like Dog
Spoil it.
shit school.
Oh, I'm not saying shit. It's just I personally, I'm not in your program, so I can say I think that was a really dumb choice because it was his artistic choice to have the lighting that he had.
We all know who
Extremely
it
nice,
Yeah.
but
Fuck him.
you know,
Thirsty guys?
yeah, a little. You gotta.
So, but now poor Mac had to reshoot everything, and now he's working hard at it, which is that is due when?
Wait, you're still working on it? I thought it was due
Final
last
Cuts were
week,
due
wasn't it?
Friday, and now Francois gave us a bunch of criticism. He's like, "Well, you got to put the logo at the end of the credits. So if you hang it on Monday, I'm not gonna complain." And so
Yeah, that's what you said
Yeah.
about ours too.
Yeah, that's what we've got to do with ours.
What a fucking savage!
I feel like we should tread carefully with things we say that are going to go on the internet.
I'm just saying,
And people in our-
I don't agree
in
with
our
it.
program
I
and our
honestly don't
school.
agree with what's
Okay.
happening with Mac.
I don't
And-
either. I
yeah.
100% do.
We need to fight for him. We need to protest.
Yeah, we need to
let's
fight
get
for our right to
all
party.
the Select Start Network together.
Yeah, woo!
Let's strike.
Let's rebel.
We'll stand up to the man. Stick it to him.
Ew.
No, not okay.
I don't want to. No,
Hey,
no,
I'm gonna
thank
go
you.
back to work.
Yeah, yeah,
I
you're a
love you.
hardworking boy.
I'm sorry I couldn't show up and help.
Okay, so we were talking about DC shows that are going to be shit. Now, have
No,
you guys?
no, no. We didn't say DC shows are going to be
That are
shit.
going to be shit. We just were saying that
was-
some of them have had bad seasons.
Okay, but I'm using that as a really shitty segue to talk about the Marvel shows that we have yet to.
Oh.
Lib, I think we were talking about this. You don't know anything about the new Marvel shows that they've announced.
No, I saw one thing.
Wait, what
but
did
I
you
don't-
see?
I don't even remember what I specifically saw something
Okay.
about Marvel shows, and then I didn't remember it, and I was like, okay,
Has
whatever.
Shadow and Dagger started?
I don't know about Shadow and Dagger. I'm
Sounds
talking
like
about the ones that.
Hawkeye.
Okay.
That's not going to be a Disney exclusive show. Like
Is it-
Disney,
I thought it was going to
streaming
be
show?
HBO or something.
Okay. So,
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Disney has announced a bunch of Marvel shows that
Cloak
are
and
going to
Dagger.
come out on their Disney streaming service. Have you
Disney
heard?
XD.
Disney XD, Disney Play, whatever the fuck it's going to be called. I know. Okay, they have announced a spin-off Loki show,
Oh yeah, I saw.
Scarlet Witch. And then there is another one that they've announced to be it's exclusive to their streaming service, a Falcon and Winter Soldier team up series.
Yep, I'm in. I'm in.
You're in?
I'm in. So
Okay,
The other
that-
two won't get you in, but that one does.
No, wait. Is it gonna be Anthony Mackie and what's his face?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah.
It's
It's
in
Anthony
yeah, it's in the
Mackie and
MCU.
what's
Did you
his
watch
face?
Civil War when they're fighting Spider-Man? That shit was so funny.
Yeah, exactly. And now they're getting their own show.
It'll be a fun team up.
It
I'm
will
in
be.
for
It will
Scarlet
be.
Witch
I'm
and
excited.
what's his
ABC
face?
is what made Cloak and Dagger, not Shadow.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, which is owned by
What is
Disney.
Cloak and Dagger? Is it Marvel?
Yeah. So one Cloak, he's just a guy who pretty much has a dimensional pocket inside his cloak.
Oh, of course.
And then Dagger, I can't remember her
dagger?
powers.
Does she have a dagger?
Yes, I think she gets something like that.
Quantum
But like
dagger.
it gets like control of light and shit.
Yeah. It's basically like these B-level superheroes that they're now trying to just do anything with because they think, oh, Marvel's a cash cow. We can do whatever we want. And then they made Inhumans.
Yeah, and that was shit. And I
IMAX! That was their
Yeah.
big push. It was the first television series ever to be filmed by with nothing but IMAX cameras.
it for something good?
Who is in the Inhumans?
No, an actor.
A giant dog.
Yeah.
What character? Is
So
it?
I know a bit about the
Inhumans.
Inhumans.
It's like their own like Justice League of characters.
Yeah, it's the X-Men, but
Yeah.
not
Who's
the
on
X-Men.
it?
You got,
Black
you got lady who can control her hair. You got giant pug.
Medusa.
Bayonetta and a pug.
Basically, a lot of like not very. Sorry. Basically, a lot of characters that like are cool in the comics, I think, but they like completely shit all over
Yeah.
and like nerf all of them.
Dude who castrates Ringworm, whatever his name is, from Game of Thrones.
Okay, you're making
dude-
all
the
these
dude-
obscure references. He's asking legitimately like, who is in this show?
I'm not lying. It's the dude,
That's not the character.
the
though.
actor who castrates the other dude, Greyjoy, who turns him to a eunuch.
I didn't watch that show. I didn't
It's
watch
a
Game of
spoiler.
Thrones.
It's like 10 years old now. Fucking that
Spoiler
dude.
alert.
That dude is the evil one who casts off the Inhumans and then he rules the moon.
I will get rid of you, Inhuman.
Oh right, because the moon is like
Their base of operations.
What the fuck is this show?
it's
Did you guys actually
It's-
watch something, or did you just have a fever dream?
I mean, some would argue that's pretty much what that show was.
it seems like it was a fever dream because it kind of shot on the comics to top it
I was
off.
hoping there'd be like at least somebody cool, like Static Shock or something. But
That's just somebody. That's just somebody cool. That's your poll.
are you fucking?
Jaden Smith walks on screen. Hey guys, starts
are
shocking
you-
people.
First of all, I would be down. Second of all, fuck you. Static Shock is cool. He rides.
Static
A
Shock.
kid who rides a trash can. It wasn't a manual cover. It was a trash can.
It's
both.
fucking cool. He just grabs it and goes with his
Black
bunch of
Bolt is a
powers.
cool character.
Black Lightning is a cool character.
Black
Black
Bolt, he
Bolt.
can't speak at all because the second he opens his mouth, it's pretty much just sound waves that can destroy everything.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing, and he uses his sound waves to like make him fly.
So he just looks
Yeah,
like, he just opens his mouth.
Are you talking about the Marvel character?
yeah.
Yeah, no, he was in X-Men First Class.
Banshee.
Banshee.
No, Black Bolt's a different guy altogether. He's the leader of the Inhumans.
Oh my god!
Are you telling me that comic book characters are like repeating each other and having
Oh my
multiple
God,
characters with the
ripping off
same
Marvel.
Black Lightning and Static Shock? What? Banshee and
Static
Black
Shock-
Bolt? What?
Static Shock is way cooler than Black Lightning. Black Lightning's basically just Raiden. I mean, it's awesome, but I'm just saying, Static Shock. He rides the trash covers. It's awesome. He's like surfing them.
It's makeshift and it's badass. and
Dumbest
it's
costume design
charming.
I've ever seen. Like a giant purple trench coat with like ski goggles and shit. Yeah, you know I'm right.
It's so cool, man.
I love it. I
Love
Did you
Static
watch the
Shock.
cartoon way back in the day?
What?
Yeah, I did.
It
Fucking
blew my
right.
mind that they actually got the Justice League to show up on that fucking cartoon. You got Batman and Martian Manhunter and shit.
Dude, they had the voice actor of Green Lantern to do the voice of Static Shock.
Yeah. And he talked to himself at one point. Yeah, that's
It's awesome.
oh my gosh. Phil Lamar, by the way, that's
Yeah,
his name.
Yep,
he's
Bill Lamar.
insanely talented, by
Yeah.
the way. But
Super funny too.
yeah.
I was watching random fucking YouTube clips earlier today
Okay.
and found an old clip from Mad TV.
Yeah, with
and he
Bill
was
Lamar?
on it. Yeah, he was like dancing. He was like a backup dancer at one point. It was fucking hilarious.
about
he
this.
was in Pulp Fiction, right?
Yeah, he was. He was
He's only
Marvin. He was Marvin.
Yeah. So think about this. Mad TV had some of the best creative actors. And
And some of the worst
That place was the formation of Key and Peele.
Yeah.
that was fucking amazing.
Jordan Peele, Keegan-Michael Key are both from Mad TV. Phil Lamar is from Mad TV. Will Sasso kind of
Bobby
had.
Lee was kind of funny.
Bobby Lee, Ike Barinholtz was on Mad TV.
Sorry, I couldn't stop looking at him with that.
And like sometimes, I mean, I know he just made Asian jokes, but
Like,
sometimes
that's
they were
all
funny.
he did.
Yeah,
That's all he
Kinda
did.
There was
all I
like
did.
two that were funny.
Like,
there were some that were funny.
Yeah, see,
I'm just remembering the fucking. It was like the DMV, but it was like of porn names. And then he walks in, and they're like, okay, and the lady's like, okay, what's your porn name? And he's like, Hung Low. And she's like, oh, you're gonna do really well in this industry. And he's like, so where do I pick up my driver's license?
Here, so I'm gonna read off some of the cast members from Mad TV, like from like the entire series, pretty much.
Yes.
So Michael McDonald,
Yep.
Stewie,
Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
Stewart,
Yeah.
Stewart, yeah.
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 he just like
jump on
pops
the
up
little
on
weird
like
thing.
random like comedy shows.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, because he's
Just
such an
funny, yeah.
exaggerated character actor
Yeah.
that he can pull those off very well. Alex Bornstein, which is
Lois from Family Guy.
thank you. It's his.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually his wife.
Yep.
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane's wife. Will Sasso, we all know who that is. Best
Yeah.
role he's ever done is Kenny Rogers on that fucking show. Kenny Rogers, welcome to Jackass.
Today we're doing dairy challenge. We got all this dairy in front of us. We're gonna see who can eat all of it fastest.
Is it sad that
I was raised on the dairy, bitch.
is it sad that the thing I know Will Sasso the most for is those lemon
Lemons,
vines?
yeah, from behind.
You're just like, and then just spits a lemon out.
Okay, so Deborah Wilson, don't know who that is. Nicole Sullivan, I know who that is, but she hasn't really done much. Bobby Lee hasn't really done much, to be honest.
He's like doing like stand up now. That
Yeah.
his stand up's actually not bad. He's going away from the Asian jokes. which
Yeah,
is
Mo
good.
Collins, that was like Stewart's mom.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
She's been in a bunch of stuff.
Aries Spears, really low key now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
Keegan Michael Key, Ike Barinholtz, which he's been doing a lot of stuff
Yeah.
lately.
Suicide Squad.
He was in that one Tina Fey and Amy Poehler movie, and like it was really awkward because he was supposed to play like a hot guy.
Yeah.
Like the character he played was like the super hot guy, and everyone was like, "Well, going up to me like, oh my god, how you doing?" But it was Ike Barinholtz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like,
See, you can't
why
take him
would he
seriously.
attract- Yeah.
All right, so
Funny guy, but couldn't take that
I'm
character.
gonna go through the highlights real quick. So Jordan Peele, Phil Lamar, Andy Daly's from there. Orlando Jones was on there.
Orlando Jones.
I don't know him.
Who's that?
Oh, guys.
all these names are flying over my head.
Let's see here. Anyone else that was
Not
really a
even
big importance?
Keegan.
Oh, that
I
guy.
used to
Yeah.
Orlando
learn
Jones.
Names
Yeah.
until like
Okay.
a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Like
Oh, okay.
actors' names.
Yeah.
So
Do you know what Key and Peele is though?
yeah, I do.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
two guys.
Okay.
Barely Ken Jeong was there once.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, that's what according to the
Ken
cast
Jeong's
list here.
actually, like super dope. Like outside of
Motherfucker's a doctor.
Yeah.
He's a legit doctor.
He
So
was
smart.
quit being a doctor
Yeah.
to go into acting, like
Like-
legitimately.
Yeah. Smart dude. And like he is like even like he's so self-aware about how stupid his roles are too. Like talking about him, and it's
Yeah.
like I don't know. That just kind of makes it better. If you're like, oh, you understand how dumb this is, that kind of makes the performance a bit better.
It's weird to see scenes of Community where him and the dean are together because you're like, Ken Jeong's a doctor. The guy who plays the dean is like an Emmy award-winning screenwriter.
Yeah.
And it's like they're being the weirdest wackiest characters on the show,
Dan Harmon can get people to do fucking anything. It's hilarious.
and it always works.
Yeah, it's always funny until they kick him off the show. And then
Look, that show's dead and gone now.
What's
Rip.
Yeah.
First three seasons
A
live
rip in
on.
peace.
Seasons 1 through 3 live on.
But Ken Jeong's now doing a movie with Dave Bautista.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Like a team up movie of them
Like,
too. What is
I
it?
don't. I
Is
so,
it Drax the Destroyer and Ken Jeong take on Thanos? Is that Infinity War 2?
they've replaced Josh Brolin with Ken Jeong.
Yes. Yes.
But they're not doing CGI. It's just him in purple makeup.
Yes.
Yeah, they just poured purple jelly on
But
him.
they still have the same size Infinity Gauntlet, so he's like
Struggling to pick it up.
it's like, gotta snap, gotta snap.
Oh my god.
Like it's some sort of parody as he's just sitting there with like a gigantic gauntlet on and he's just in purple.
It goes down to like his elbow.
He's
He
playing.
can't even bend his arm.
Yeah.
and
No,
it's
he's-
always just
No, it's happening when it's not Thanos. It turns out that fucking Chang was Thanos. It was actually Chang in disguise the whole time.
Yeah, because he was using like the reality gem to like distort everyone's reality. Then as he's dying, like the phase of muscles all fade away, and it's just this little Asian dude suffering.
And then in the end, they
Greendale will be mine. What are you talking about?
okay. In the end, they kill Thanos, Chang, and then like in Avengers 5, he walks in with the boombox. I've seen your Chang. You can't be killed.
That is so terrible. Fuck.
Okay.
All right. Moving on from this monstrosity that we started. All right.
Yes, please.
There's a couple things that I want to talk about.
Yes, Papa.
One of the things is it's the
Eating
title
sugar.
of this episode of the podcast.
No, Papa.
It's I got to the root of it all. I had a visit to the dentist and I had to get a root canal.
Ooh.
Yeah, boy.
That's rough.
Yeah.
We were talking about dentist shit earlier.
Yeah. It.
Okay, just explain.
You don't know what a root canal
What's
is?
a root canal?
So pretty much a root canal is they will take your tooth that is almost rotted away because you were an idiot and you didn't fucking brush your teeth as a kid and you just got progressively worse. They take
As soon as you said that, I started checking my teeth
yeah,
immediately.
yeah. Pretty much what they do is they got to take a couple of I had 4 needles in my mouth to numb my side of my face because they did 2 and like you should be fine. I'm like okay, and and then he takes pretty much a sander. And he starts sanding the tooth off, like all the infected cavity part. And then he hit my nerve and he saw my arm twitch. He's like, "Did you feel them?" I'm like, "Yeah." So then he got 2 more injections into my mouth.
oh my god.
And
I don't like this.
so
I'll add on to
so
this
now it's completely like all this is just like I could not feel a single thing.
God.
So he starts sanding it all the way down until there's not much left, until the nerve is actually exposed and sticking out. He then, if the nerve is rotted a bit, he has to like pretty much clip it off. And I could still feel that part though, unfortunately. Like he touched it. I'm like, oh, that was a little weird. And then I don't know if he snipped it or trimmed it off or whatever, but he did something to it, and I felt like the sharp pain that shot all the way down to my heart, pretty much. I'm like, oh. And then I stood still, and then pretty much they then fill up the tooth again with like a fake enamel, and then they sand it down again to make sure it's kind of level with the rest of your teeth.
I'm gonna creep you guys out even more here.
Oh no.
I had a baby tooth that was stuck in between 2 of my molars.
Okay.
So it was just a dead teeth, no roots, no nothing connected to it.
Okay.
They almost had to come in, pull that tooth out, so then they could go and like attach a wire to the tooth beneath, so they could pull that tooth up into position. But I was able to push the other tooth out, and I had enough space that tooth could start to grow in.
Yeah.
Before they got
Yeah. So
Oh my god.
Okay,
I'm
here,
brushing
I'll-
my teeth so hard
Okay,
after this.
I'll give another because you two did. I'll give a good dentistry story. I was like 15-ish, 16, I think, and I had the dentist told me that basically everything with that could have been wrong with my wisdom teeth was wrong.
Oh my god! So like
Okay.
impacted.
Okay, they were impacted. They were growing in sideways. They use the term ankylosed. So they were literally they teeth were growing in, fused with the bone. They're growing in sideways, coming out this way, fused with the bone, impacted in with the jaw. Like literally everything that could have been wrong with my teeth was completely wrong. So it didn't take a standard wisdom teeth removal. It took full-on surgery on my face, like to get them out of there. And they had to like cut open the gums, split the gums open, and like remove part of the tooth and like sand down fucking everything. Like they had to do like full-on surgery inside my mouth. They put me on OxyContin after that for a week and a half. And they started putting me on the OxyContin right as I was getting off the laughing gas. So I literally just remember like sitting in the dentist chair. They start picking me up. I blinked. I was in the parking lot about to get into the car. Like people were carrying me into the car. And then I blinked again and I was at home with a milkshake in front of me watching Jonah Hex. And I still don't remember shit from that movie, and I was on OxyContin for the next week and a half.
I mean, they did you a favor.
Oh yeah, they
so you
absolutely...
can forget Jonah Hex.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, that's my horrible dentistry
This is
story.
my debate. I have my wisdom teeth. I don't need them removed.
Okay.
My debate to do it is just because I get OxyContin or whatever the fuck.
You don't get OxyContin.
No.
I know,
For
I
wisdom.
probably wouldn't.
No, just Colin was the only
Yeah,
person.
I got my
get-
wisdom
I
teeth
get some
removed. I didn't get
sort
OxyContin.
I
Yeah.
get some sort of high just for that little bit. And
It's not a high.
T3s
Is it
aren't
not?
that bad. If you get T3s,
It was kind of
you'll
a high.
feel a bit
For
like-
you.
Yeah, I started liking them a bit too much.
Yeah.
And my older
Because
brother
it's
like
oxy.
Yeah, those are oxys.
yeah, and my older brother threw them all away.
Yeah.
And I was
When
like,
I got
that's
my teeth
probably a
removed,
good move.
I had like ibuprofen and T2s.
Yeah.
They didn't even give me the higher T3s, man. I got like no like
Damn.
Yeah.
You could try some extra strength Tylenol, but if you want, I can recommend like some T2s. I'm like, dude,
Has
He
holes
knows
in
that
it.
he's looking at it, he's like, you're a tough
yeah,
guy.
you're a big guy, you're fine.
You're all right.
Really? That's
I got,
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got when I got mine out, I got I did like Advil and like T3s.
Yeah.
And T3s, it's basically when you take a T3, it's have you ever been like so sick that you're just like out of it?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
well, it's like
that's
it's
a
like the
semi-lie, but I'm not
smallest,
gonna tell that
tiniest
story on
high,
this.
but it doesn't really change like
No.
your mood or anything. It's just it's hard to focus on things.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the way, I don't have any really bad teeth stories. Not to flex on y'all.
Yeah, we were
but
talking earlier how like
I-
everyone had like
I'm-
good dentistry stories, and Lib was sitting here talking like, "Oh no, teeth are perfect."
Yeah,
I can fix that.
I've never had a cavity. I've never needed braces. My teeth have always been straight.
Oh.
I got my wisdom teeth out. They were all fine, except for all I remember about that is when I woke up from the high, my dad asked what I was doing, and I wasn't allowed to talk. So I did like the Wakanda Forever thing instead of like just a thumbs up.
So
to
this
say
was
I'm doing
recently?
fine. Yeah, it was recently.
Wow.
I got them out right before I bleached my hair, honestly, in the summer.
So
yeah.
did you have bleach hair because you were passed out, drugged up? You're like, oh, blonde hair. They're
No,
like, I mean, Liv said it. He wants it.
Sadly, I was completely sober when I
Yeah.
decided I wanted blonde hair.
I remember when I when they put me under. It was like, yeah, you'll be out. You'll be totally fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be great. And then midway through the operation, while they're cutting my gums open, I felt the gun, like my gums go like, and I open up my eyes, and the dog's like, what? Increases. And then I passed back out. And then when I woke up, apparently I just wouldn't shut the fuck up. I was just continuously talking, and the nurses and stuff are trying to put like, the nurses are trying to put like the gauze in my mouth and stuff, and they're like, "Can you get your husband to stop talking?" And I'm just like, "Oh God, yeah." Like, and then after everything's done, they're like, "Okay, don't eat anything for the next few hours. Nothing salty, especially. Just go home and relax."
You want to talk about it?
No, well, Tracy's like, "Are you hungry?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "I want to put sin." So we go to like a diner, get the
why?
saltiest fucking put sin.
Why did she let you do that?
And they're like, she's like, you're gonna have to take your gauze. I'm like, okay. And I guess because I was talking too much, it kind of opened up the wounds. So when I took out the gauze, it was like this string of blood that just like drooped with it.
How could you even eat after that?
I fucking bowed down.
That is
It's fucking. It was and something recently. Oh yeah, when I got my root canal and they sent me home, everything was fine, right? It's like your face is gonna be frozen for a while. It's like I gave you 4 needles, so like your face should be frozen for like the next day and a half.
Yeah.
It only lasted like half the day, not even for me. And I was at home and I was eating something and like I was biting into stuff, everything was fine. And I'm like, just what? What is this chewy bit? I'm like, I couldn't understand what it was, so I bit harder, and I'm like,
your tongue.
no, it wasn't my tongue. So I'm like, what? I'm like, something's wrong. So I just go, I try to push my lip out, and I can't. because my lip is stuck between my teeth. Because as I was eating my breakfast sandwich, I bit into my lip, and then I tried pulling it out. I'm like, okay, so I open up my mouth, I go and I just check, and my 2 fingers were just drenched in blood, and I'm like, oh, I don't taste that, I don't feel that. I just go up and I just for the next 5 minutes I'm spitting out blood because I bit so hard into the inside of my mouth. And then I did find out with my back molars I did bite the back of my tongue too. So there's a swelling in the back of my tongue now. Dude, it was fucked up.
Jesus Christ.
It's so fucked up.
Justin,
fucking
your mouth
terrible.
is terrible.
Oh, dude, my own body's out to get me apparently.
God.
Oh my god. I bit through my tongue once. I think have I told you guys about that?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, it's like my one interesting story.
I think you said that on the second and third podcast.
Yeah, like-
It's what makes you you.
Yeah, my little tongue scar that you have to literally walk up to see, and I have to.
I mean, that's a good pickup
It's like-
line.
You
That's
want
how
to
I
see
got
my-
this scar.
Yes. Quoting the Joker, and then trying to kiss them without their consent. That's the move, dude. Well, no, I got this scar. What the fuck?
I mean, I was waiting. I was gonna let them say yes. If they say no, be like, all right, never mind.
Well,
Have
you're
yourself a
already
great
like
day.
mid-kiss. You said it as you're going to kiss.
No, I was going. Yeah, that's all. That's my
How
pickup
do you
line.
have a wife?
How the fuck are you married?
Lots of money.
No, that's not true.
No,
If we had lots of money, we wouldn't be doing this Haggard setup. Let's be honest here.
I'm a cheapo.
Say Hagrid?
Haggard.
Oh.
Expand your vocabulary, son.
All I know is Harry Potter. Right?
You ever seen Haggard the movie? Come on.
Hagrid, a Star Wars story.
I feel like that's still better than my scar.
Hagrid?
No, my scar on my chin. Yours for your tongue?
Wait, where's your scar on your chin?
Right there. It's been covered by my beard for so long.
Oh,
Where'd you
yeah.
get that from?
I held it buckle.
It was.
You just clipped it shut.
So no, first time ever ice skating. It was like grade 6,
Oh, I
so
don't like this.
12,
We're just going to all the
11.
gross stories
Okay.
today.
I was skating along. This was at a school field trip. So
Okay.
they forced us to wear helmets.
Yes.
I didn't have anything protecting my chin or anything, and I ate shit. I fell forward, hit my chin and my buckle against the ice. It went into my chin.
Oh my god.
I go and I raise up. I couldn't feel it at all. Like I think the adrenaline kicked in the second it touched. And I just raise my mitt up. It's black, so all I see is a shine on my mitt. And I walk up to one of the teachers and I just go, "Is there something wrong here?" And all of these teachers are females, so they start freaking the fuck out. The principal comes up and he's just like, "Harrison, let's go. Let me get you some pressure and shit." And I was just like, what's
What
wrong?
are you talking about? I want to skate. I want to hang out with my friends.
I was sitting there like, what's wrong? I don't understand. Because
the-
I just couldn't feel it.
That's the best of like kid injuries when a kid because kids rather they have two reactions. They rather don't feel it at all, or it's a million times.
Yeah, or it's
So it's often when kids like hurt themselves like a scrape or something,
Yeah.
they freak out. But when they genuinely injure themselves, they don't understand why they're not allowed because they have like that shock and adrenaline. You're
Yeah.
like, no, we gotta help you. And they're like, what are you talking about? I was out playing with my friend. I want to go play basketball.
And then you
You're
look at the reflection.
Your arm
Yeah.
is bent.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go play basketball. Mom.
I kind of had that when I broke my arm. I was playing hockey.
my arm was
I,
good.
I landed on my arm like this, like my body was on my elbow, and I landed like on my wrist like that. And the thing is, I didn't feel anything except pure nausea. I looked at it, I was like, something's wrong with my arm.
oh man.
I just wanted to throw up, but like I didn't feel any pain for
I was
a
the same
while.
with my when I broke my leg. I went down on it and like obviously
Yeah,
I
you
did
did.
something. But I remember specifically being like, oh,
Ruth.
what? Fuck you.
Is
Anyway,
Ruth not liking all these
No,
stories?
no, you didn't, Ruth. You heard what I said?
What did you say?
Yeah. You're like, when I went down on my leg, I'm like, yeah, you did. I heard Ruth snicker.
I knew as soon as I said that, and then I heard like people laughing. I'm like, it's something about going down on my leg.
I was too focused in on your story to hear
Anyway,
that.
Yeah.
when I broke my leg,
Yeah.
I like twisted it, bent it all up, so it didn't feel that bad. It felt like it hurt obviously,
Yeah.
but I was like, oh fuck, I like tweaked my ankle, maybe I sprained it, but it's probably not that bad. So I just didn't go to a hospital. I was just icing it at home, and then literally like 2 days later, because the tournament was on a Friday, so on the
Yeah.
Sunday I woke up, my foot was just blue,
Oh.
and I didn't even notice it. I got up and I was like limping downstairs. My sister's like, Liv, why is your foot blue? And then I looked down and it's bright ass purple. I was like, hey, Dad, I think I gotta go to the hospital.
Daddy.
And my mom was so pissed because she said I should have went to the hospital right away. But
Yeah.
my dad was like, "Nah, he's fine." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Isn't that every dad's reaction?
Yeah.
Nah, he's fine.
And then, yeah, no, my mom was like, "This is what I said, Pete. Like, his foot is blue." That's like, "Yeah, let's get you to the hospital."
I
bud."
love the fact that your dad's name's Pete. Because that was such perfect. Like, I told you, Pete.
That's
Told ya,
I always love saying like my dad and mom's name because I think it's just a funny contrast with me being Liberty to quote my mom being Judy and my dad being
Pete.
It's like the perfect mom and dad name.
It's like
Pete
pure
and Judy.
Americana like names and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. It's like the nuclear family until you get to me.
Yeah.
Some fucked up kid with a blonde.
Well, even
hair.
your brothers too. St. John's not a normal name.
St. John's,
like not a
Solskjaer,
common name.
None of
Yeah,
us are
very-
normal names.
Yeah.
St. John's is even weirder because his St. John is technically his middle name.
What's
Oh,
his
really?
first?
So he goes by his middle name all the time.
His full name is Christopher St. John Roundtree. St.
Oh.
John is an Old English pronunciation of St. John is an Old English pronunciation of St. John. So that's why he goes by St. John. And if you ask anyone
Interesting.
why our family decided to do that, I don't fucking know. I think it was my mom is huge into beach volleyball, and there's this old player named St. John Smith, and she just liked the name, so she's
Of all
like,
the origin stories.
dude, but his name is Christopher St. John, but he goes by St. John.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then with me, they didn't care. They're like, name him Liberty, so we don't get that confusion.
You were born on the 4th of July, man. It's
That
meant to
wasn't.
be.
Yeah, I mean, sure, maybe, but they had the name picked out before I was born. I just want to point that out because everyone always says like, "Oh, you're named Liberty because 4th of July." No, I wasn't. Fuck off.
Is that everyone goes,
Yeah, that's what people. They look like that too. I love when we just get this perfect shot of like you doing it and then you doing it after. It looked amazing.
okay.
Man, this
I
is
tell
the
you guys-
personal cast.
Yeah,
Eh?
well,
We're
did I
all
tell
telling
you
stories.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys how I broke my nose once?
No,
Ooh, no.
I want to hear
Alright.
though.
Please, was it
Just injury
fighting?
cast?
No, I wish it was fighting.
Really?
No, I've broken, busted up people's noses while fighting, like for Muay Thai and stuff. But no one's ever. I've had a bleeding nose, but I've never broke my nose.
Yeah.
I broke my nose way back in the 7th or 8th grade. It was a little while. It was long ago now. And the teacher's like, for gym, I don't want to fucking do anything. Let's just go to the park and play. Everyone's like, okay.
That's the move.
Yeah.
I would be that gym
Yeah.
teacher too.
Yeah.
Fucking kids, I wanna
Yeah.
go on Twitter for a while.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Twitter existed back then. And he's smoking a
I know.
cigarette or
I'm saying
something.
if it was me now.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're all at the park near the school, and everyone's playing on their their fucking seesaws and all that shit. And there's a special seesaw that was there, where it has like 6 or 7 people that can sit on it, and it doesn't just go up and down. You can push it and it goes into a circle.
Yep.
Right.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and the way to stop it is there's like these gargantuan, we'll call them stoppers, like these metal curvature things that hit the dirt that stop you from moving, right? Because like the moment you're not balanced, it goes doof, and that's how it stops because it grinds against the
Yeah.
the sand.
rocks or whatever.
So my friend and I, being the 2 biggest guys in the entire school, entire class, we both start in the middle of all like the center, the circle center. We lift it up and we start running. And then as we're running, we're pushing everyone going in the circle. And as we're doing that, we're slowly expanding out so that we can just get out and everything's fine. We did it a couple times, everything was fine. And then on this last one, there's this piece of shit kid. I'll never forget him. I'm not going to name his name because a lot of my friends are still friends with him. So I'll leave it as that. No, I would.
Can we call him like?
Charlie.
No, Charlie's not.
No.
Okay, you need like an asshole kid name.
Oh, no one got my.
Festus.
Fastest.
Is that the
Festus.
kid from Charlie or Willy Wonka?
No, that's Uncle Festus.
That's Fester.
No,
Fester?
Augustus. That's
Augustus. So Festus. His name's Festus, right?
Augustus.
Okay.
So Festus, is fucking little blonde piece of shit.
Sorry.
Liberty, I think
As I'm slowly talking, it just starts turning into more like Festus.
No shirt, dumb jeans.
But anyways, as Matt and I are walking out of the circle, Festus goes and sticks his leg out on purpose, and he trips me. So I get tripped, and
That fucking asshole.
it gets worse. So as I trip, I kind of like roll a bit to try to avoid the giant legging things that are coming down. I avoided a couple of them, and so I try to scurry out as fast as I can, but I don't make it. One of them comes down, cuts my shoulder, and it forces me to roll, and then it comes to the other side and cuts my other shoulder. So I now have scars on my shoulders from this. And
Jesus.
as I'm about to finally crawl out, like the important bits was like this to me back then. As I'm coming out, I just quickly, I don't know what made me look, but I look to the
just get
side,
clogged.
and the thing comes in, just flat as it can be, and just
Oh my
impacts my nose.
god.
Finally, my face stops it from moving. So that's
Your face stops it from moving.
Yeah.
How solid of a kid were you?
Oh, dude,
You got this
even now-
hundreds of pounds metal thing moving, mixed kind of with your face to stop.
The man with the iron face.
It hits
Luke
it.
Cage just standing here, just
Yeah.
off his face.
So it stops moving. I finally get out, and I wasn't crying. I wasn't.
He wasn't crying,
screaming.
boys.
I was yelling in pain. I'm gonna back away the mic
Dude,
for
that
this.
is.
And I'm on the ground now. I'm on my knees and I'm doing this. Like I'm not touching my nose, obviously.
Yeah, you just-
So I'm hovering above, and all you can hear is as loud as fucking it sounds like I'm gonna murder somebody. And then my gym teacher, who's just my normal teacher, finally comes by and be like, "Hey, stay. What's going on?" Brandon's gonna close the door.
It's echoing.
Yeah. It's gonna scare some people. And he's like, "What's wrong?" And then as he lifts my head and I finally move my hands away from my nose, there's a giant pool of blood in my hands. And then I let it go, and you hear the audible onto the grass. And then he
looks
looked.
like a shot from a horror.
Oh,
movie.
dude, it was fucked up. And then he looks at me and he's like, let me see. And he doesn't touch or anything. He's like, it's not broken. You're fine. Don't worry about it. And I go, and that was
Pool of blood.
pool
How
of
does he
blood.
not-
Yeah, he's just he says, go to the washroom, wash your face off, and you're fine.
Oh, it's just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
So
about the
all the kids are all my fellow students are asking me if I'm okay, and I'm just like, I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm just really mad because it fucking hurts. And I wash my face, I go back, I do the rest of the day. This happened in the morning, in the AM. I did the entire rest of my day at school with a broken nose. I finally get home, and this is my first day that I'm supposed to be the paper boy. I had a new route and everything. I was going to start that job. No. So I delivered the papers. My parents finally see me, and they're like, "What is wrong with your face?" And I'm like, I told them the story. And instead of bringing me to the hospital, I don't know why, they're like, well, maybe it's not broken. Let's just go to a clinic and we'll get a doctor to take a look at it. I'm like, whatever. We go to the walk-in clinic. I see the doctor's like, all right, let me see what's wrong. Oh, it's a little bit busted up. You get into a fight there, tough guy? Ha, ha, ha. Let me see what the damage is. He grabs my nose, and not the cartilage. He grabs this part here, the actual structural part of the bone. And no, I didn't scream. He then grabs it, and he moves it left to right. So there's a clear shifting of my bone going, voot, voot, and I can feel the scraping of bone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My dad
This is our last gore story, please.
My dad looks at me.
I've got more.
My dad looks at me and he sees me create a fist, and I'm starting to shake. And my dad's like in French, like Doc, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Because he's like, what? He's like he didn't want to say my son's gonna punch you, but I was ready to clock that motherfucker. Yeah. He's like, yeah, you know what? It's clearly broken. So we're gonna get some X-rays and we're gonna find out what's happening. So I missed a couple of days of school, thankfully, to let the swelling reduce, and I don't look like fucking Rudolph. And when the X-rays come in, it's a clean, straight cut that almost completely severed the bone, the nose structure, off my face. I would have had floating. If it would have hit any harder, it would have been like a floating chunk just sitting there in space.
Oh my god.
It wasn't broken, it was just disconnected.
Yeah, too bad there's no joints. So I got lucky, and they're just like, don't do
Got
anything.
lucky.
Yeah.
Got clocked in the nose and broke your nose. Yeah.
So the doc's after we got the X-rays, and the doc gave my parents a call. He's like, just make sure he doesn't do anything active, no running, make sure he doesn't do anything crazy. Just let him relax a little bit. I had 2 days off, and I went back to school. Yeah. I almost murdered that fucking Festus.
I would have.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is me.
That's
By the way, I want to say that's some John Wick ass scars to have two shoulder scars.
Yeah, really.
Broken nose. That's like you just came
Yeah,
out of
really.
a shootout or something.
Apparently,
How deep are or how big are the scars?
they used to be bigger, but as I grew the skin,
healed.
so they're about this big,
Oh, that's not.
yeah.
Okay, that's not. I was
Yeah,
imagining.
it's not like these
you had,
huge, fucking battle face scars, like I fought a bear or something.
I immediately pictured that too.
Yeah.
It's
No.
That probably looks so dope.
No. But yeah, that's the doctor said. I remember this. He's like, the way that your nose broke. He's like, by what you're telling me. I don't know why he told me this, but it makes me laugh. He's like, that pain that you felt, I guess to make me feel better, is worse than what a woman would feel like if they're giving birth. So I'm just like,
Thanks, dog.
yeah, like I don't know what that comparison. Why you would tell me that comparison? But then when my wife was pregnant, I'm like, don't worry about it. I broke my nose. Like, what are you bitching about? Just like as a joke.
She nearly murdered you, didn't she?
What are you talking about? She's 5'0". I just stay away.
Yeah, but she'd have that pregnancy strength.
No, they're not strong when they're pregnant. They're strong when they're just like, I'm ready to beat the shit out of you because my kid is in danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kid's in danger because they're pregnant.
Okay. Anyways, Harrison,
What?
Let's
what's
have
your
this as
last
the
story?
one.
What's your last gore story here?
This
Your
brought up
gore story.
with let's make this the last one. But with Liberty's whole leg one, I have forgot all about this one.
I forgot about my leg.
No, I said not my
Oh, okay.
I was doing manhunt one day. You know, we're all
Yeah.
kids.
As
da-da-da.
kids do.
Yeah. I can't remember what tripped me, but I can't remember if it was a person or like just a branch on the grass. I fell into asphalt.
Okay.
My knee was the first thing to hit the ground. Asphalt rock, straight in.
Oh yeah.
Down to the bone.
Oh man!
You could see and touch the bone. Like that is how much bone there was. And this was like the cover of my knee at the time.
So pretty much your kneecap is
Yeah, it was
exposed.
just out there. I did not notice it at first. So I tried to get up maybe 5-10 times before one of my buddies comes up and goes, Harrison, stop this. You have a fucking hole in your knee. And I look down and I go, oh, okay. And I try and get up one more time. When a teacher then comes over, he's like, the fuck just happened? The hell? And he starts panicking. Brings me inside. The vice principal just looks at it and goes, oh, you're good. And he just takes some like cotton swabs, covers them in like polysporin and just shoves them in there. And I was like, that's good. And shoves them in there. Motherfucker.
Schools do that because they don't want lawsuits.
Good, bud.
Walk it off.
And I went home and my parents look at it and they're like, oh, I've seen worse and stuff like that. And like they have.
Yeah.
They were just like, all right, let's just make sure you're taking it easy, da-da-da. They gave me like a ride to school for the next week because I used to walk.
Yeah.
And it was just, I didn't go outside for like that full week. Every time someone talks about their legs now, I literally just have to go.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I feel this pain again. I'm feeling it there.
That
See,
phantom
I
pain.
don't got that phantom pain.
It's-
My leg is stronger. I have a titanium plate in it.
I want to test that.
What, kick
Well,
ass?
don't kick me in the leg. Just have a plate there doesn't mean my muscle isn't gonna hurt.
I mean, I want to test it.
It would be harder to break. It'd be harder to break this leg than this leg.
I'll accept that challenge.
That doesn't mean break. I don't want
Okay,
either of my
okay.
legs broken.
We drop so many pounds on each leg and see which one breaks first. Just get heavier and heavier.
All right, let's start with 100. I do like.
Oh,
I still got my.
God.
I kind of got my scar.
What's another topic we have before we get into
Well,
the
a lot of
stuff?
us have played a Red Dead Redemption 2.
Except me. There's one
Except-
game I want to talk about that no one else has played.
What is it?
I just want to talk about Fallout 76. Let me just talk about Fallout 76 for 1 second.
Okay.
I played.
So
the
yeah, so
beta.
Red Dead 2, man. This is go for it, Liv. Go for it. So it's not the beta; it's the B.E.T.A.
I forget, but I forgot what
It stands for something.
It's
Break
like
it early something.
Yeah.
yeah, break it early. To
Ralph.
Testing.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Testing
Something.
Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph. That's what it's called.
Wreck-It Ralph breaks Fallout.
So I played it, and I originally I feel like a lot of people had the same kind of idea going into this one of, is multiplayer actually going to work in it? Is it going to change the experience? And if it does, is it going to change it too much? And going into it, it did, but in a good way. I had a lot of fun playing it. It was like there's so many like random events that would happen, and we like came upon some griefers, and they were just trying to kill. Like I was playing with Sinjin, they just kept trying to kill him, and eventually Sinjin decided to fight the one guy and just destroyed him. But Sinjin was kind of at a lower health, so then the guy can come back and get revenge. It doesn't even have to start the fight again. If you come back for revenge, you can just instantly start fighting again.
Okay.
So then that happens. This guy just keeps bugging us, keeps shooting him, and keeps being annoying. And I was just like, what can we do about this? He's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna block him. He just goes on, blocks a dude. He's still in the game, but he can't see Sinjin. Sinjin can't see them. They can't interact at all. And I was like, wow,
Oh.
That is cool.
that is a really, really good
Kind
feature.
of like griefer proofing the game.
It's
That's
the GTA/Red Dead original one.
And the thing that actually
Going
surprised
invisible.
me,
yeah,
he
I can't remember what it's called.
private mode
Passive
or
mode?
yeah,
but
passive
it's
mode.
it's not even passive mode. It's just taking one person out of the server for you.
Yeah.
And then
That
what
makes
I
sense.
didn't
like
realize,
that. I like that.
and looking back on it, it blocked him from mine too because we were in a party.
Oh, that makes sense.
So it got rid of him from interrupting the
Who was
entire
the
group.
leader?
Sidon was. So it might have to be the leader, but
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. So like maybe if you were leading and you didn't block him, would he still be able to interact with you?
I
have no
think
idea.
I bet you it would be it connects to the entire group because if not, then that griefer could literally attack every
The
specific
next
member of
person,
that
and
group.
then, yeah.
So it would make sense that as a party, he's blocked to everyone.
Yeah. So
I'm just
like-
wondering if it's only whoever the leader's blocked.
Well, then the leader could also just be like, "Hey guys, like I'll block this dude. Don't worry, we're good."
and like that, but that was a really cool feature. I
Yeah.
really like that. And then going back on it, like literally like 2 minutes later, me and Sidney came across this other guy fighting robots. So we just went up, we started shooting them with them and stuff, and then we all got loot from it, and we just like the guy was like, "Hey, thanks guys," and he just pieces out, and we just leave, go our own way too. The one thing I really like, boxes and stuff, crates, stuff like that, is random for every person, and there's always stuff in it for it. If someone takes something from a box, you can go and take stuff from it too, but it's random.
Okay.
So
It's
they've
not the same thing.
taken like the Destiny approach with it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
all the Destiny events, as long as you do something in it, you get
Yeah.
You get the reward. Everyone gets that reward.
So
okay.
the only difference is items in the game, so things you can just pick up off the ground. That's only a one-time thing,
yeah.
but it's usually just cosmetics or like it's not important stuff. Usually, important stuff you're going to use is in boxes, so multiple people can get it. But yeah, it was really fun. The online I felt worked really well. Being able just to hop in and help people or talk to people or even get in shootouts and stuff. It seemed like, and while this was going on, me and Cindy were having our own adventure as it is. We were trying to find a place to settle. We climbed up a radio tower and found a spooky skeleton costume at the top because it was a Halloween event.
Yeah.
And there was only one costume, sadly, but I was like, I let Cindy get it because I found a Boy Scout costume that was really stupid. And we were just running around with our stupid costumes on, having a great time. We started playing with 2 other friends. All 4 of us were just running around. It was awesome. We eventually came to this part where the one thing I liked is I didn't know how they were going to do events. So we came up to this house with pumpkins was like the pumpkin was like the logo on the map.
Okay.
So we go up to it, and it's like this robot with like a pumpkin head. It was like, "You've come to the spooky house," and he wants us to collect pumpkins and stuff. So we go to a pumpkin patch to collect pumpkins for this fucking mission, and a level 50 giant dragon monster just comes above and starts fucking around.
What the hell?
Yeah. Which that part was stupid because it was insane. It was like one-shotting us. But we kept like running in, getting our stuff from dying, and then trying to pick up a pumpkin and trying to run. And we eventually did it. It was pretty fun, but yeah, it was like literally, I had so much fun of just, I felt like I was playing an old school Fallout,
Okay.
except it was with people, and it was a really fun multiplayer experience.
So no VAT system then?
VATS is basically aimbot. It gives you
Okay, so it
aimbot.
doesn't
It's real
stop.
time.
You can't freeze frame
real
everything.
time, but it gives you aimbot, and it gives you like
The percentage.
accuracy percentage
Yeah,
things. What I'd used it more for was finding people. If it was really dark out, I'd use VATS, and then I'd find the person, then I'd
feel
shoot
like I
once,
did
and
that
then
in all the other Fallouts.
yeah,
Usually.
it's a good like scouting system. It works in this game. It is kind of janky, so I don't even really use it that much. But like when I used it, it was fine. It
so
worked.
no NPCs, like no quest givers.
I thought there wasn't towns.
There sometimes is. Most of the time, they're not humans though. It's usually robots, or you find landmarks, or you find notes and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they want all the humans in the game to be
Like
be
people.
like the people.
Players.
The only difference is like the overseer from the vault you're from, you can still talk to them, and some of the vault people, that's it.
Yeah.
But other than that, they make the entire game like the people you run into.
Now, do they have like? Again, this is just the beta, but do they have like neutral ground, safe ground, like where if you're in this area you can't get attacked, but in neutral ground you're fucked?
Kind of ish. They basically have do you remember Fallout New Vegas? Did you play Fallout New Vegas?
I played the.
Oh, so
I
like,
tested it out for a review, and then the moment where I saw eyeballs on the dog that weren't on the eye dog, they were
Yeah, it
above
was
the
really
dog. I'm
janky,
like,
but-
fuck that.
What Fallouts have you played?
That was it. I hate
Okay.
that. I hate that series.
So, do you know Fallout New Vegas? There is like the first place you start out in. All you come up against is like powder gangers and stuff like that. Really low level stuff. It's never gonna fuck you up. But if you go to the quarry, the death claws are gonna be there, and that's basically how this works. There's areas of the zone populated by creatures and monsters that are gonna be way more harder to fight, and then there's areas of the game where it's low level people. So like they literally paint it as like there's this really dark area of the map that like if you go to it, it's like really dark and burnt out. And I think it's because like a bomb went off or something, so it's like it's more radiated, so it means the monsters are stronger. They paint areas as harder to play than other areas.
Okay.
Also, last thing, just when you die, you retain all weapons, armor, stuff like that. People can't take away your guns, and they can't take away your. They actually can't take any stuff from you when they kill you. So killing is more of just like a territorial thing, or like fucking around with somebody or getting in a gunfight.
Yeah.
Is fun, but it's like
It's not for the purpose of like I see another player. I want to like take what
you
they
can
have.
you can raid people's camps though to get stuff. I forget what you get from it. But then when you die, the only thing you lose is building materials. So that's what building materials are important in this game.
Yeah.
But you ultimately can go back to your corpse and pick them up.
Okay.
Actually, wait, no. I think you can loot people's building materials.
I wonder if they're gonna have like different servers.
But it's
They
very
have to.
It's
Yeah,
very
they
specific.
absolutely
Like, do you guys know? I haven't told you about how the combat works yet with people.
No.
So at first, if you're just shooting at a person, a stranger, you do like 1 damage. You do nothing. You barely hurt them. As soon as they start shooting back, that's when combat goes back to
Oh,
normal.
okay. So it's that you don't have an advantage being a sneaky dude and be like, bam, headshot.
So
yeah,
you,
you
can't,
can't
you can't just like snipe out other players from
Yeah.
across the map and shit.
If
If
they
they don't
say-
want to get in
Well,
combat,
this is
they
what I'm
don't
wondering
have
if
to.
Yeah.
they're gonna have like different servers. So like that's maybe like a PvE type of server.
they're gonna add.
So you're wondering if there's gonna be PVE, PvP.
There's
and-
gotta be. They gotta add so much to that game.
Where there's like like a PvP one where you can sneak up and no matter what happens, your bullets are gonna be
Yeah.
I'm
100%
guessing so.
damage.
Because there's got to be like a, there's and also it's basically realistic mode all the time, but it's only food and water. You just got to you got to eat sometimes, you got to drink sometimes.
Yeah.
But I do think like every Fallout's had that realistic mode where guns do more damage and all that stuff. So I think that they must have like a server where it's like that, where you don't have to have that initial contact, and combat's going to be a lot. But I'm guessing you got to get more rewards or something from it.
Well, like that's what I was gonna say. Like maybe in the PvP one, you drop a gun or something.
Yeah. There's better rewards.
Yeah, for killing people.
Oh, also, I'm pretty sure you can go solo server if you want to get that old school Fallout feel.
Ooh,
Just
sweet.
playing by yourself. But I mean,
Here's an idea. Just go play Fallout.
I don't.
Don't
the
spend $79 on a fucking new game.
well, again,
It's
it's
about any video game.
Yeah, but I really don't like Fallout.
going
or
back on.
Elder Scrolls.
Fuck you, by the way.
Red Dead Redemption 2?
Well, because Dutch, that's why Dutch he's a silver tongue. He's the greatest man in the world. I'll follow
Dutch-
him to
is
the
Dutch
end of the
the-
earth.
okay,
Why is
wait.
your voice cracking so much?
I'm gonna sum up Fallout 76, and then we're gonna go to Red Dead because you guys want to talk about it, and I have a lot of questions. Fallout 76 is awesome. Even if you're not into Fallout games, I think like if like I bring it by and you just want to try it out, it might be fun, just worth.
I'll
a try.
play Siege instead.
You're not even open to like
so
trying the multiplayer
against
aspect.
it.
I will-
Why?
That shit don't
I
interest
will
me.
have to try it because I'm wondering. I'm assuming they're taking a lot of elements from Destiny, just because this is the only other similar game.
Ish, but I think
Colin wants to say something.
Destiny was a lot
wait
more.
until they're done.
Destiny was a lot more like grindy, where this one was like I felt the leveling system was fair. The more I actually did stuff, the more I leveled up, and I even though it wasn't that high of a level, I felt like I stood a chance, which was a big thing. Even against like super mutants and stuff, it was a little bit tougher of a fight, but I stood a chance, and that was a big part of multiplayer games is not feeling like you're getting fucking crushed. So yeah, that's thoughts on Fallout 76 beta. It's fun, and I really liked it.
Wait, I don't understand your hate for Fallout because when you were talking last week about all the reasons you love Red Dead Redemption 2, a lot of them are very similar
Very
to Fallout.
Fallout-y.
Here. Here's my biggest thing. Hello, friend. I'm going to talk to you. I hate games that are so lazy that they won't put any expression on the NPC that you're talking. It's just over here. There's our village. Please kill the Death Claw.
Dude, that's bold of you to think that they use their arms.
Well, that's even worse then. That's even fucking worse.
That's his.
Lazy. It's a throwback to previous Fallout games that were strategy games.
No, you can't save it like that. You can't save it like that. I
Because
don't.
there's so much to
Bro,
do
the
in the
combat
games that,
in the
like,
world and everything else about the game is so amazing. They said, "Fuck
and
you."
the
do that.
interaction with all the characters and the locations.
Do you want to know what's so different? What's so great about it? About Red Dead 2 versus a Fallout series? There is more, and I know that this is for me personally. There's more consequence. There's more relationship building in a Red Dead series than a Fallout series.
Oh, for sure.
Especially this Red Dead.
Because,
oh my god.
because in Red Dead 2, you can antagonize, you can just be nice to people, and depending how you react, they will literally stories or just normal dialect in the game will change based on your behavior to the point where if you're just like Micah, Micah's kind of a douchey dude.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So yeah.
Fuck
So
him. Fuck him.
But if you actually talk nice to Micah, they're like instead of antagonizing him every time you see him, conversations in the camp or around will literally change based off how you're treating these people.
That is true.
Yes.
Versus like a Fallout, which is like people might hate you because you nuked one of the cities in Fallout 3.
Yeah.
They might hate you for that, but if you don't, they're just like, oh, cool, dude. Hey, you're a person. Hello, random person that we could interlace with anyone else, and it doesn't matter.
No, I'm thinking about to New Vegas. They
But I mean,
had
you're
more
also-
interactivity than that, and they had like the different factions you can
Also-
go with, and the people in the factions treat
You're
you
also-
differently
but you're-
depending on where you choose and like
Also-
how well you fight with
Also,
each
You're
faction.
comparing it to Red Dead 2.
no. Also,
Red Dead 2.
Also, he asked in general. I gave general. Red Dead 1 also had that. Obviously wasn't
it
as
was
detailed.
similar, but it wasn't.
As detailed.
Yeah.
My
It was
other
kind of
thing is-
black or white.
The Fallout and the Elder Scrolls series have been the buggiest fucking games that I've ever seen.
And like it's a scapegoat to say it's because of the charm of it. I understand. That's what everyone says, and I agree. It's a scapegoat. You can't just put out a broken game and just say, "Oh, it's part of the charm is that the people's eyes don't line up." No, it's fucking broken.
Okay,
but Bethesda does take time, and they put in patches, and they do change a lot of the buggy
I
stuff.
am not gonna. But here's my thing: I will not spend $79, so $90 in total Canadian, waiting for a game to be fixed when it should work just fine.
Have you played
day one.
any video
okay.
game ever?
Red Dead 2?
Okay. That's okay.
I've run into my
I
fair
agree with you.
troubles.
I agree with you. I have never run into those bugs with Bethesda games.
That's all I've ever
I
had
have
with
played New
Bethesda
Vegas, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Elder Scrolls
Same.
5. I have never run into
Oh,
any
dude,
of those
you haven't
bugs,
played
those
enough of them,
game-breaking
then.
bugs. Do you know how many fucking times I've played through Skyrim? It is
Well,
literally
so
in the
heated.
double digits.
So fucking
Like,
heated.
it's-
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But see, so you've had the good interactions.
I've never run into any of those bugs. Like apparently,
but
I must be
those
like the only
bugs-
fucking person in the world who's never had that.
That- like
but
those-
I've never run into game-breaking bugs in Skyrim or any of
Oh,
that.
I've never
when you get
ran
taken
into-
away inside of that trolley, and like the horse starts doing this.
Yeah, that's funny.
Or the
That's funny,
dragon,
though.
or the dragon literally kills you. So, like, and there's no way around it because that dragon shows up and like fucks everything up.
Wait,
I've
it
had
kills you?
I killed that
have
dragon. Has
seen-
killed me.
Yeah.
That fucking dragon killed me.
Oh, you got really bad luck then. I've never ran into
And
that.
that's what I mean. And I am a bad luck person, and I know that. But like when the game, my first interaction to the game is like, I'm here. The NPC will say, so I'm here, and I'm the NPC, and the guy's like, "Hello, stranger. Why are you in here for?" And then the head, not the body, the head just like creeps around. And I'm like, what kind of horror fucking bullshit game is this?
For me, those games have always been about not as much the other people around you in the
Yeah.
story. The story has been about taking this nameless, like even though you do make their face, you don't really see it
No.
unless you play third person. But you take this nameless, faceless character and build this awesome hero from it. You build, you can. So many New Vegas. First time I built it, I'm a big cowboy fan. I made a gunslinger, and I made his guns awesome, his charisma awesome,
Yeah.
and I felt like a gunslinger all the way through. I had an awesome magnum, stuff like that. I played other builds. I made stealth builds where my guy's a little asshole who creeps around and I steal stuff. It's about the story you make within the game, but
Yes.
you haven't had that opportunity because you've played Fallout. You played it for a review once and hated it and said, "I'm never going
that
back."
was New Vegas. I've also played 3.
How much?
At least 2 to 3 hours. And within
2
that
to 3
time,
hours isn't a
you
good-
will learn if you like a game or not in 2 to 3 hours. that
That's
is
fair.
very graceful for a game.
But
to give
that
them
doesn't
much
mean
time.
that doesn't mean that playing those two interactions of the game haven't changed the way you felt about Bethesda games since playing them. If you went into Fallout 4 with an entirely different mindset than your other Bethesda games, can you like actually say that you genuinely would have the same
I'm
experience?
not a fan of the VAT system. I'm not. So and that's a big part of the game is the
Okay.
VAT system.
That's fair.
I don't.
What do you think of Red Dead Redemption's Deadeye?
I don't use it.
I don't either.
Really?
When I play Fallout, I don't use the VATS system. Except
Which
to find where
I
people
know in
are.
Fallout now, like you can choose not to use the VAT system if you want. But I just find that the gunfights.
That's actually why I think the new VAT system works better.
Okay.
It's more like real timey and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to be more sparingly
Yeah.
with it. But
But like I've never liked the combats in the Fallouts because I just felt like the NPCs aren't very intelligent. Like it's always like they kind of just stand there and take and then they attack. Versus like
What
again,
difficulty
this,
you
just,
playing
this is
on?
just because I've been playing a lot of it. But within Red Dead 2, you shoot a motherfucker. If you miss and take his hat off, the guy will be like, "Oh shit!" and then he'll run behind a rock.
that's true.
Or like they'll hide behind a wooden platform. You'd be like, you shoot him through it, and then you'll see the guy next to him be like, "Get out and find better cover," because he just watched you kill his friend in front of him, and then he'll hide away. And like, but yeah, there's like this constant. Perfect example. I went up to a camp once, and I didn't even realize it. You guys will get this. I walked up to this camp, and it was the O'Driscolls,
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
and I didn't know it was the O'Driscolls at first. And then
is that just like a bad gang or something?
yeah, it's like a rival gang in the game.
Okay.
They're just kind of like the faceless bad guys of the game.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah.
like the
Okay.
they're the
I
bad
think
guys
that's
no
the
matter what.
first. I don't know how far you guys.
They're
got.
like
I've
those
got to chapter 3.
Raider dwarf things from Breath of the
I
Wild.
only just started chapter 2. I just did that.
Okay.
Okay.
I had a run-in with the Pinkertons with Arthur going fishing with their son,
So
with,
you're-
with Marston's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got passed to the next camp or no?
No, I'm still in first camp.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just went to the
Oh,
next
yeah.
camp, but I haven't touched this one.
Okay, I want to take this conversation back just a little bit to like what we were talking about what Libby was saying about open world games. I have a slight little announcement thing, I
Okay.
guess. So the past month or few months, I've been playing No Man's Sky with the videos. I'm not going to be doing those anymore.
Are you switching over to Red Dead?
I don't think I'm going to switch over to Red Dead because we have you streaming Red Dead on our Twitch.
Sometimes, usually it's seasonal, I'll be honest.
Okay, but either way, we still
Yeah.
have some Red Dead content, so I don't think I'll do that. But I just kind of came to the conclusion that I don't like that game. It's way too much fluff. Like I liked No Man's Sky, but it was just too much of like having to like grind to build all this stuff up. But there was absolutely zero connecting with the world around
Well,
you.
because you
There
have
was
to learn
no
a fucking dialect,
story.
right?
Okay, I kind of like that aspect of it. I didn't like how just like you didn't get anything from it.
Well,
you
'cause it's
didn't
like-
get anything from learning any of the dialects.
Because you get one word and then you'll talk to a dude and be like, "Blah, blah, 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 interloper. Blah, 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 blah." But it's like, if you gave me at least several words,
You can
Yeah.
piece something
I could
together.
piece something together. But instead, it's always like, oh, this Markin looks kind of pissed off at you. Maybe proceed with caution. It's like,
yeah,
or
and
let me be
also,
able to talk to the dude.
it's the complete lack of connectivity to that world.
Yeah.
There are no characters you're supposed to give a fuck about.
Yeah.
There is like nothing you're supposed to do. You're just like sitting there, just like grinding, collecting resources. Like, okay, what
There
am I
was
supposed to do?
literally no
Who's
story, right?
around me? Yeah, there's zero story, and like. It just became the point of like I do like open world games. I do like walking around, flying around, seeing all this stuff and building the world. But I realized that with Elder Scrolls, with Fallout, despite what you say,
No,
that
it's fine, it's fine.
and with Red Dead Redemption, with Grand Theft Auto, it has all that shit behind
Yeah.
it that
Like-
makes you care about the world and the characters that you're in. Whereas No Man's Sky, it's literally just the fluff.
Can you guys? But you've played Fallout you've played a lot of the Fallouts too, right? Or like
I've played New Vegas and 4. That's it.
you haven't played through them. But anyway, can you name like specific characters from those games that you remembered as just really liking?
Nope.
'Cause-
Fallout 4?
Really? You can't?
I didn't play much Fallout.
No.
4,
But what about
so-
New Vegas?
New Vegas?
Because this is going against my point. If
Okay,
you guys
I
can't.
I really like House.
Yeah,
House
yeah,
was awesome.
there's Mr.
What about
House,
what
Yes
about
Man.
Boone? Did you guys like
Yes
remember
Man.
Boone?
Boone, the sniper dude?
Yeah, the sniper
Yeah.
dude. He was like that macho frat sniper.
I'm thinking of learning more about Lib here. He likes macho, asshole-ish men who treat people bad. He's like,
Hey,
you're my
Lib.
hero.
Yeah, because that's what a cowboy is. Cowboys suck, dude. They're the best.
Dutch isn't.
Yes, he
That's
is.
just-
He
I've
does.
also played these games. Like Fallout 4 was when it came out at launch, pretty much. That's when I played it.
Oh, Fallout 4 was kind of forgettable. honestly.
Yeah, and then New Vegas I haven't played in 6 years.
Okay.
that's
So
understandable.
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to have
I
a connection.
replayed New Vegas like last
So,
year.
talking about the characters and stuff, there's in the storylines about games. There's this overarching story in Red Dead 2, and it's a story that I love because they're constantly hinting about it, but never fully explaining it. And it's the Blackwater incident.
I'm angry about it right now. I want to learn more.
Yeah, so
Is
I'm
it-
like,
I feel like they're gonna go through and like at the end of the game there's gonna be like an argument where we're gonna hear
Because
about it,
I'm at
or
the
like
point-
a flashback mission or something.
I
Yeah.
hate it because I've done a bit of research, not in the story,
Okay.
but on other things in the world,
yeah.
and they hint at it.
Okay.
Like, God damn it.
Is it like the back? You know how in like John Wick, you just always wonder about more about like the assassin's background? Is it like
Kind
that?
of.
Yeah.
Well, it's to the point where like literally Arthur is gonna be so your character, like your main character,
I
Arthur.
thought you were Dutch. Who's
No, no,
Dutch?
Dutch is your leader.
Yeah.
Who's awesome?
Yes. Oh, Dutch is like I love his voice because he does this voice actor does such an amazing job where he's like, we will prevail, gentlemen.
Oh,
We-"
is he just such a goof?
But no. He's being so serious and sincere that he cracks his voice and like you feel that emotion
Oh,
in the way that he
damn.
talks. Right? And it's like, we will do this. And like, and they're like, fuck yeah, Dutch. Like, I will follow you to the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
But then when you start picking up about the Blackwater incident, people like Jose will be like, that's not like, and Arthur, they'll be talking, and Jose is going to be like, yeah, like that Blackwater incident was really messed up. And then like Dutch will be like, or Dutch was not himself. And Arthur's like, yeah, I've never seen him so angry before, and blah, 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 blah. And they keep talking about him like, what the fuck happened? Because
Yeah.
the beginning of the game, you're running away from the Blackwater incident, and I'm like now 12 hours in, if not more, and they still are just little tidbits about what happened.
Dude, I
there.
saw a thing of a guy who said he's been playing the game for about 12 hours a day for 3 days, and he was about, I think, like 27% done.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that is a 60 plus hour game
Yeah.
to beat.
Yeah. I'm farther than you, and I still don't know more about this Blackwater than
But
you.
what percentage are you at?
I don't even know, man.
The
Last
one
time I
thing-
checked, I was at
what-
4.
I'm at 40.
I played for 4 hours and I was at 7.
See, like it's insane.
So the one thing I really like, just from hearing that, I mean, obviously, I'm the only one that hasn't played Red Dead yet.
Yeah.
I really want to, I can't afford it. So come Christmas time, you'll see me on the Frontier.
I wonder if by Christmas time the multiplayer will be out.
I hope so.
I think they're gonna follow the GTA 5 route, which was like 2 weeks after the game came out. They'll let people play the single player. They'll then release the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Okay.
version.
Also,
But-
do you guys think PC? Is it?
That's in a
actually
year. It's gonna be a year from now.
That's my guess too.
Yeah. And unfortunately, if I'm loving this game right now, I'm probably gonna buy it for the fucking PC.
I'm gonna buy it for the PC purely because I already love the look of it.
Yeah.
But I know my PC is stronger than my PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's like-
it's that's another thing. Like I've said before, that game is so gorgeous to look at. Like there are literal times when I boot the game up and I just enjoy the loading screens. The loading screens of like how they do like the negative of the picture and it comes back into color, or like when you start the game, or Arthur's just gonna be sitting there and like a lot of the time I'm off camp. So like Arthur sets up a camp, like the game loads you in the middle of a camp, and Arthur's just sitting there looking away with like a cup of coffee, and it's like this beautiful fucking scenic footage that I'll hit the jewel button, take a screenshot.
Yeah.
Because like it just looks so fucking nice in that game.
That was another thing with No Man's Sky. I had most of the actual enjoyment I got out of the game was going into the photo mode. Like you just pause the game at any time and you become a free floating camera, just look at pictures. I got some fucking gorgeous
Dude,
pictures.
honestly,
from
I
that.
hope they have that.
Like that's how I like made the thumbnails for the videos,
Yeah.
and I would like stop the video and be like look around, and be like, oh my god, look at that, look at that,
Yeah.
look at that lens flare, look at that.
Dude, one of my favorite parts from playing the Spider-Man game, just when we were fucking around with it at Tyler's house, was literally the photo mode of just like swinging and just being above New York upside down, just for Spider-Man to pull out his phone and be like,
Every 3
ah,
seconds, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I hope they have what they had for GTA in the online. So like you could record that like 5 minutes
Yeah, yeah.
or whatever, and then you can go back and go through and like
That'd be
camera
nice.
up.
Yeah.
That honestly would be beautiful.
You said you had questions for Red Dead. Let's wrap up the show with a couple of questions you have for
First
Red Dead.
one's kind of a joke one, but
Right.
horse testicles, do they shrink?
Yeah. They
Thank
do.
you.
They
Thank
will
you.
literally descend and
I have not
Reset.
looked at that yet.
unfortunately I did. I was
Okay.
curious. I went up to the mountains. I had my male horse and you just saw the whoop.
Oh, I think it's because I've always had a female horse.
Yeah.
So that
Which-
might help.
So-
attachments to horses, man. Fuck.
Yeah, that's gotta be
I've
hard.
lost 3.
You monster!
Not on purpose. I've had invisible rocks.
Oh, that you hit?
I go just like a few feet in front of these invisible
Oh.
rocks. My horse will go off a cliff.
Yeah, the ragdoll effects in this game are fucking phenomenal. I was like riding my horse one way, I was like turn around to like shoot at a wolf
Yeah.
or something, and I hit a rock, and holy shit, does the horse and the bird guy ragdoll fucking perfectly.
Dude.
It's fucking hysterical.
When you first start
Oh
the
my God.
game and like you get into your first gunfight, I thought it was gonna be cool and like sleek and jump over like a railing and I'll be fine. But I don't know if they did this on purpose or not. But Arthur goes to jump. The guy, like I'm guessing this was purposely done. Arthur slips. He goes, huh, and he's like face plants into the snow. Then he gets up. He's like, bang, bang, bang. It's so fucking funny. I loved it.
Knowing Rockstar though, they would put like that little detail of like,
Dude,
oh,
you
trying to
get
be cool,
drunk in
we're
that
gonna fuck
game.
with you.
get drunk. It's
And the letters change.
What?
Or like, so you can get so hammered, and they do this. There's a specific side mission that you can do this with, where you get so hammered with, I think it's Lenny.
yeah,
Yeah, it's with Lenny. Yeah.
But that's no.
You get so drunk with Lenny that instead of saying greet, it's now written backwards.
Yeah.
So and then it'll be treek, and then after you get so drunk, then like letters start disappearing, and then you get so hammered to the point where you get drunk, you lose Lenny, and then Arthur's just gonna be like, you press B and all yours, Lenny, Lenny, where are you, Lenny, you son of a bitch, and then
Lenny backwards.
yeah.
Capital L.
Yeah. And then you get so wasted that everyone becomes Lenny. So like the women, it's Lenny. The guys, it's Lenny. You can walk into a room where two people are having sex, and they're two Lennys.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, and it's just a dude and a chick.
Two guys.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And you walk.
Oh,
Okay. One thing that I spent like way too much time playing in the first Red Dead and Red Dead so far was I played a lot of Five Finger Fillet.
Oh,
Is that effective if you're drunk in the game?
Probably.
Oh shit!
I mean, in this
Oh
game,
yes!
in this
I just
game-
want to get drunk and play like Five Finger Fillet and Liar's Dice.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, so whenever game time is passing, it would be like related to like real time.
Yeah.
So your like beard grows in real time. Longest length you've had for your hair.
I've only had up to 5, like the 5 setting.
I seem to stop at 5 myself.
Okay.
I'm wondering if like there's a hair tonic.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if you have to drink that.
There- get
There
more?
is hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Do you have another question?
Yeah, I mean, I got the big one was really like I feel like GTA 5 actually did this good, but I thought it could be improved. What like you kind of touched on it a bit when you said like you'd shoot a guy and his hat would fly off. How fluid does the game feel? Like
Super.
Yeah.
like when you're interacting with people, when you're in
Yeah.
gunfights and stuff, it just moves so well and
Yeah.
you have so much control. Over
And
the
what's nice
character.
about it, so in GTA 5, when you whip out your gun and you quickly tab, like flick up with your controller, you get an automatic headshot. Now it doesn't work that way. If you flick up and you don't, for like that circle doesn't shrink fast enough, you won't get a headshot.
Yeah.
Oh, so it
they
almost-
add a recoil
Yeah.
motion into it.
So it almost like is actually trying to teach you to be a Red Dead gunslinger,
Yeah.
not just like you're not just like a god.
Yeah,
You have
and
to-
then if you're tired, it affects your aim. If you're drunk, it affects your aim.
That's amazing.
If you are fat, it affects your aim. If you're skinny, like everything, like you can get too fat, but you can take more damage. If you get too skinny, you'll die faster.
But you can run fast.
But you can run faster. And it's like this whole system of like they've touched upon so many little things, and they've just, in my mind, perfected the fist fighting mechanic is by far Rockstar's greatest system yet.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, isn't the only way to hit a person B?
So-
So you're literally just sitting there button mashing
No,
B? That's
you
the one
can't-
thing.
you
The
can't,
fucking
though.
saloon fight right near the beginning. I would literally, it was just like B to hit a guy.
X is a block.
Yeah, X is a block.
And then if you hit,
I was hitting, it wasn't doing anything for me.
Oh, really?
Really?
it will be a punch.
Yeah.
What's like
So you can counter. So in the game, you can counter. So like the guy throws a swing, you can block it and then you can respond.
Yeah.
But in GTA 5, if you would do the counter, you would duck under then pop and like you'd always get a hit every time.
Yeah.
In this game, you start fighting a dude, you can block, go to counter, he can block and counter you.
Can you block his counter?
No. So depending, sometimes you can actually, if you're fast enough. And then to the point where if you get close enough, you'll just start grabbing each other and start punching each other like dirty boxing. Or if you're far enough, you can actually hit the right trigger, and Arthur's gonna charge, tackle the dude, bring him to the ground, and you can start fucking pounding him, choking him. Like there's so many things that you could do.
Have you got as you're like in a gunfight, has someone just run up and just start to tackle you?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's like, this is,
It feels like a western.
Yeah, and if you whip out your gun or knife and in a gunfight or like in a fist fight and the guy catches you, he'll like block your arm, like hit you, and you'll drop your gun, and then you have to continue the fight doing that. Like it's so.
your hats will pop off.
Yeah.
You can walk over, you pick up your hat, put it back
Yep.
up, or you can put someone else's hat
Yep.
on.
Oh, dude, there's so much shit. And then my favorite thing that's happened so far is I was crossing this bridge into Saint Denis, and these robbers, these muggers, pull up, and I'm like, he's like, you get down your horse. So you have a choice. You got to shoot or obey. I'm like, all right, whatever. I get off my horse, and he's like, he's coming closer, and then I see the top left side, and it says, hey, if you time this perfectly, you can get an insta kill on this dude, and then start a gunfight. And as he's reaching for my gun, Arthur pushes him back because I did the right moment. Push him back, bring up, just like this, boom, headshot, go right. This is the one time I used Deadeye, pop, 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 pop. Boom, I'm good. And I just fucking loot the bodies and go away.
So it just makes you feel like Clint Eastwood the
Oh, fuck, dude.
I will say, one thing I've had trouble with is when I go into a gunsmith. I go check the catalog, and I'm like, I just bought these guns,
Yeah.
maybe 2. I'm like, I want to go customize. It immediately equips those guns for you. So if you're holding LT or left trigger or
Yeah.
whatever, you will immediately pull your gun out and shoot.
Oh shit! Start aiming at the.
I have got a $105 bounty from it because he pulls his gun out and he's ready to kill me. I'm like, no, and
Yeah.
I just kill him. And
Hey, man,
all
thanks
he's
for the
won
gun.
and starts coming.
One last question.
All right.
Me and sum it up on this. Skill tree. Is there like a skill?
No.
No skills at all.
No, well, you can upgrade your dead eyes, you can upgrade your health, you can upgrade your stamina, but it's not a point-based system where like I have 3
Or not
skill points.
Tree, like you know how GTA
Yes,
is like
that's-
if you
it's similar to
you
that.
had more stamina
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
You can improve your relationship with your horse, so you can do tricks with your horse.
Yeah.
Like rearing and like literally drifting off to side with the horse and stuff. You can run faster or run longer. You can, you increase
Yeah.
your health. You can take tonics to help you out to gain experience. so you'll boost up faster. Yeah, there's a couple
Do you
ways where you can do
know
it.
if there's a way to check what experience you have? Because I haven't learned that.
I think if you just go to the
Player menu?
the player menu and then you go to compound whatever it's called, you look at that thing, it'll let you know.
Oh wait, what about duels?
Yeah, there
There's a few-
are duels.
Yeah.
I got with my ex's brother. I got into a gun duel in the game. So like, it's a side mission.
In like real life.
No. In the game, there's a moment where you can have a choice of rescuing or ignoring your ex's request. I'm trying to go the good guy route, so I'm saying yes. I'm helping him out. I'm not gonna explain the story because the fucking that storyline's
Really
weird.
bizarre.
Yeah, it's very GTA 5-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, you finally catch up to the dude, and like he's like, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna end it all. Whips a, and and you're sitting there. You got it, and he brings a gun to his head. He's like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna kill myself. And like Arthur's like, whoa, just take it easy there. And the thing comes on. It's like, all right, slowly press down on the right trigger. So as he's like, take it easy. You see Arthur's like, You see him slowly unlatches it. He's like, just take it. And then you pull it down. You go into Deadeye mode,
and just
and then
shoot
you have
it
a
out of his
choice,
hand.
right? You could kill the brother if you wanted, or you shoot his hand, or shoot the gun out of his hand. I was able to Deadeye, boom, get the gun out of his hand. And it's like, you stupid son of a bitch! Like, what do you think you're doing? And then, like, you resolve the mission. Yeah. But yeah, you can get into fucking gunfights, man. There are bounties. You can become a herder
I
if you
really want
want.
to buy this game.
I had
now.
one. I walked into a saloon, and this drunk guy just comes up and he's like, "You want to go?" Huh? We walk out. We're going to go for the gunfight. Before I even get to do the whole right trigger thing, he falls down dead.
There are so many random encounters like that.
Yeah.
I had one. I had the bear that you fight near the beginning.
Yep.
The legendary bear.
Revenant?
I killed it.
Right away in
Right
the
away.
right. Wait. So
I nearly fucking died.
Did you have to
I was-
re-find it, or did you just?
No, I just went up and fucking fought it. And
so
killed
that
it.
bear that you find in the snowy mountains.
Oh, no, the bear after that.
Oh,
The
with
legendary.
Hosea. Yeah, I fucked that bear up too, man.
Yeah, okay, so
I didn't fuck
got
him
that
up.
bear.
I didn't realize you could do the rolls with your dodge
Oh,
button.
that saves you.
Oh, I
So
know.
I killed the bear, and like I was trying to figure out what to do with the pelt. I didn't know if you can store it at the camp or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I found out like, okay, you go for the trapper dude. And I was driving along, and there was a lady who was under a horse.
Yeah.
On the street, and then I was like, I tried to help her out, and she was like, "Oh, can you give me a ride back to town?" And I got on my horse, and she can't get on because the bear pelt's there. The legendary bear pelt.
Yeah.
I think I
And then
killed that
she
lady.
was like, "Oh, there's not room for me on that horse," and I was like, "Get by, bitch."
Take that belt.
The horse and ran.
I had a dude who he was dying underneath his horse. He said, "You gotta help me! You gotta help me!" I'm like, all right. Like I'm slowly getting there. You gotta, and he just ties under the horse. I'm like, I'm gonna loot the horse, and I'm gonna fuck off.
With a dude who I found getting eaten by a wolf.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you kill the wolf and then he was just dead?
No, the wolf just ran off. I took one shot at it. It ran off.
And the guy
Help
due
the
to his
dude.
wounds, eh?
Yep, he just
Yeah.
found his
Oh,
wounds
so
right
you
there.
the guy.
Yeah.
You took it from the wolf.
By the way, like low-key, love the fact that you like took a shot at the wolf and it didn't immediately go, I am an enemy, so I am attacking. It was like, oh
like-
fuck, I'm out of
The
here.
animals are
have-
smart in the game.
They
Yeah.
have the animal interaction.
Like even like aggressive ones or like
Yeah.
The legendaries, if they're predators, they're gonna be aggressive. But it takes a lot to take them. Like that bear would have fucked me up if I didn't roll out of the way.
If
yeah.
I knew about rolling, I could have killed it.
Yeah.
I had my shot, like my double barrel, and I think I had the sawed off on me
Okay.
at the time. So I was like, okay, I'm good. I
For the
can roll.
record, the coyotes and shit in Fallout New Vegas won't attack you unless you like run up on and start shooting at them.
There you go.
Yep.
But
Fallout New Vegas.
So that bear, just to finish it off with that bear, there's two things. There are two things I want to touch on. That bear, I didn't have the shot off or anything. I just had the carbine.
Oh my
Me
god.
too.
And
the
I
pistol.
whipped it up, yeah, and the pistol, and I went to Deadeye mode. I'm like, fucking die, like headshot. Didn't fucking care. Still was rushing me. I rolled, or not even rolled. Your guy was just like, jumps out of the way.
Throws himself.
The fucking bear slides, turns around. I whip out my 6-shooter, like pop, 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 pop. Still, I go to jump again. The bear just comes up, swats me down, and now I'm in a life or death fight. I'm mashing B because if you don't, that bear will rip you apart.
Yeah, you can like kick and punch and
Yeah,
struggle to get the
and,
bear off.
and like
you
I'm
and
watching
shit.
my health just like,
Yeah.
and then finally I shoot him a couple times, still not enough. Fucking Arthur whips his knife out. He's like,
Yeah, so
just starts stabbing it, and then finally,
Can fight a bear like that, but it takes a lot and it's really fucking
yeah,
intense
I
to
think
try
that's
to kill
only
it.
the legendary bear that takes that much because it took me. I
I
had
couldn't
the Springfield.
kill the first bear on the snowy mountain.
I-
I couldn't kill that one, but I could kill the legendary.
oh,
I
like
had-
the very first bear you see?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I shot him away. I couldn't. I was going for headshots, and he just fucked off.
I didn't shoot him. I just
Okay.
let him go by.
I wanted to chase him, but the game wouldn't let me. Like I got the slow mo, like mission
Scope and
failed.
punch the bear in the face.
But yeah, and then the last thing I wanted to talk about with this game was, oh my god, I talk about the Bears so much, it got me so happy about it. Yeah, actually, I don't even remember. I would just say, fucking, this is by far, like I said before, like game of the year.
I really want to know what they're doing with multiplayer. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But single player wise, man, they could just do this as single player, and you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, this is game of the year for me.
Okay, I'm gonna put it out there. Me and Sijin game share. So if I got him to split on Red Dead, it would cost us both 40.
Yeah.
Definitely go for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, 110%, dude. There's
Okay.
no reason why not.
Well, I'm gonna have some good news when I get home.
All right.
Oh fuck! But I had so much shit to do. I don't want to have time for this.
See, it's my problem right now. I have too much shit, and I'm like, it's taking away all my time.
All my Red Dead time.
All right. Before we wrap up.
Before we wrap up.
Yes. One last thing.
Okay, do we care that the full roster for Smash Bros. Just
Yes. Let me see.
Yeah,
right
I know
now.
that
roster?
not PD Piranha, but Piranha Plant is a playable character now.
Yep, that's gonna be a DLC
Whatever.
character.
King K. Rule. I mean, I knew that one.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to list these all off?
Yeah,
Or is
list
it-
them all off.
Just do
Okay.
the new ones. We all know the last ones.
Right, oh fuck, I don't even know who was on the
Just
last
go
ones.
through them all.
All right,
Okay,
fine.
Okay, I'm gonna go through all these fucking characters. This
All
is
right,
a
here we go.
Big list.
Real
Here we
quick.
go. Here we go. Mario, Donkey
What?
Kong, Link, Samus, Dark Samus, Yoshi, Kirby, Fox, Pikachu.
Wait, did you
Luigi,
say
Ness,
Dark
Captain
Samus?
Falcon,
Yes.
Yes. Jigglypuff, Peach, Daisy, Bowser, Ice Climber, Sheik, Zelda, Dr. Mario, Pichu, Falco, Martha, Lucina, Young Link, Ganondorf, Mewtwo, Roy, Chrom, Mr. Game & Watch, Meta Knight, Pit, Dark Pit, Zero Suit Samus, Wario, Snake, Ike, Pokemon Trainer, Diddy Kong. Halfway through, Lucas, Sonic, King Dedede, Olimar, Lucario, ROB, Toon Link, Wolf, Villager, Mega Man, Wii Fit Trainer, Rosalind, and Luma, Little Mac, Green Ninja, Palutena, Pac-Man, Robin, Shulk, Bowser Jr., Duck Hunt, Ryu, Ken, Cloud, Corinne, Bayonetta, Inkling, Ridley, Simon, Richter, King K. Rule, Isabel, Incinerator, Me, Brawler, Smeve, Sword Fighter, and Me, Gunner.
Wait,
Those are all-
where's the
Dude, the
PD
new
Piranha
Pokemon
in there?
map sounds awesome.
He's a DLC character who's been confirmed.
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
Peter
but-
Piranha, it's just Piranha Plant.
Yeah, Piranha. Yeah.
But I call him Peter.
That Pokemon
Still no
map sounds
Waluigi, though.
fantastic, you know?
Yeah.
Still no Waluigi though, but we're putting Piranha Plant in.
Yeah, they put a plant in before they put fucking Waluigi.
I can't
Bro, they
find
put
it.
fucking Isabel from Animal Crossing in before they put in Waluigi.
He's regaled to Mario Party and sports games only.
Do you think he's gonna be like the final DLC and they're gonna hype it up so much?
No,
And
what they're
he's
gonna
be,
do?
like, way OP. So
Yeah.
Just God
No,
tier.
they're gonna have this silhouette that looks like Waluigi, and at the end it's gonna be a complete opposite character.
It's anti-Luigi.
Yeah.
It's Toad.
Oh my god.
It's the Mr. Oh, what's the Pokemon from Red? That like it's a glitch in the system.
Isn't that just
Missing
Mr.
no, missing no, missing no.
It's gonna just be a Misty Gnome. You can never
my
actually
God.
select it, but like you can go over.
As soon as you
it.
select it, it corrupts your files and deletes everything.
Oh my god. All right, and I think that's about it for today. Are you guys
Yes.
good? Even with all the technical issues we had?
Yeah.
I'm
So,
probably.
everybody-
Oh, so I was gonna say I'm gonna make the bad decision and buy Red Dead. Even
All
though
right,
I
that's a good
shouldn't.
decision. That's a good decision. All right,
It's a
thank
good
you.
decision. I just don't have money for it.
Damn it!
All right, sorry. Okay, go.
Thank everybody for joining us.
Hey guys, so
yeah. All right, everybody, as usual, thanks so much for joining us for the Select Start Network podcast. If you want to catch us live, normally it's on Twitch every Sunday. We try to make it work. We've got a couple things we have to take a look at, so sorry. But other than that, if you want to follow us, for me, it's Instagram and Twitter at SSN Larshay. Yeah, Twitch is Select Start Network Live. Colin.
Instagram at Colin C. Burns. And FYI, the No Man's Sky videos, I think part 9 came out today.
Okay.
I have 2 more, and the last one I did, there's a little bit of therapy session in that, but it ends at part 12, which will be out next week.
All right.
sometime.
therapy session.
Yeah, I actually had like a little bit of a midlife crisis, like talking about that game and like getting really depressed and shit talking about it. And it was
All right.
right after Harrison destroyed us in Halo.
So it's not a good time for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that
Catch
video.
me on Instagram at liberty.roundtree. Other than that, don't follow my Twitter. I don't tweet anything.
I'm just not going to say anything, just due to the fact all of mine are complicated to all hell.
Hobo photography.
Google photography.
Photography.
Yeah.
We'll put a link down below.
I'll just tweet it at Justin, and then he can, or whatever.
Tweet
he
it
does.
at him.
There we go.
Yo, check this out.
Can you actually put this in the description of the video, please?
The saddest tweet ever. Just no response to
No.
it. Notice
Yeah.
it.
Blocked.
Jesus Christ. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next week, hopefully without any errors. Bye.
All